Thank you for joining me on the Bridge the Gap Spanish channel. I'm so excited to continue our series on Spanish nouns. We will be looking at how to make a noun plural, whether we add an S or an ES to the end of that noun, and also how to determine what article we use, because that is something that is affected by the gender of the noun, which we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to first look at how to make a noun plural. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see singular nouns. We have a list of nouns here that we'll be working through over the next couple minutes, determining how to make them plural, and then determining how to add articles to those as well. I'm going to go through the singular words and just read them off to you and tell you what they mean. Calendario means calendar. Casa means house. Carro, car. Mochila, backpack. Cama, bed. Bolsa, bag. Gato, cat. Conejo, bunny or rabbit. Silla, chair. Sueño, dream. Caja, box. Zapato, shoe. Clase, class. Nombre, name. Razón, reason. Ciudad, city. Televisión, television. And avión, airplane. You're going to notice a few of these from the previous lessons that we've had in this series. Okay, let's look at how to make these plural. We're going to add either an S or an ES to the end of a singular word. You're going to notice that our words that end in vowels, A, E, I, O, U. Most cases, it's just going to be either an A, an E, or an O that our nouns will end in. Vowel-wise, we're going to add an S to those. If it ends in any other letter, we're going to add an ES, and we have a few examples of those on the right-hand side. We see razones, we see ciudades, we see televisiones, and aviones. And these are words where we're going to add an ES. If a word ends in a consonant, we're going to add an ES. Let's go through the plural words together. Calendarios, casas, carros, mochilas, camas, bolsas, gatos, conejos, sillas, sueños, cajas, zapatos, clases, nombres, razones, ciudades, televisiones, aviones. Great. I hope that makes sense. Let's move on to the next part. We're going to look at definite nouns, or I'm sorry, definite articles. Definite articles are what we would say in English as the. Anytime we use the in English, we just say the. We don't change it based on whether a noun is singular or plural, but we do change it in Spanish. Remember, we talked about how masculine words and feminine words differ in articles and also in adjectives. And this is the example of how it differs based on articles. So the, what's translated as the, changes depending on whether the word is masculine or feminine, and also whether the word is singular or plural. For our masculine nouns that are singular, we're going to add el. For our feminine words that are singular, we're going to add la. Let's read these together. El calendario, la casa, el carro, la mochila, la cama, la bolsa, el gato, el conejo, el sueño, la caja, el zapato, la silla, la clase, el nombre, la razón, la ciudad, la televisión, el avión. Okay, so let's move on to our plural words. We're going to add los for masculine words and las for feminine words. So we have los calendarios, las casas, los carros, las mochilas, las camas, las bolsas, los gatos, los conejos, las sillas, los sueños, las cajas, los zapatos, las clases, los nombres, las razones, las ciudades, las televisiones, los aviones. I hope that you're getting a feel for these and how they sound with the article in front of it. I want to point out that we talked about how different endings can signify that a noun is masculine or feminine. Well, I hope you remembered from our first lesson that los aviones, even though it ends in an N, in an ION, which is typically feminine, it is actually masculine. It was one of those exceptions that we talked about. So instead of la avión, it's actually el avión. Okay, and you can see the other examples that we've talked about in our previous session as far as what shows or what is typical for a noun that is masculine or feminine. Let's look at our very last page, and those are indefinite articles. Indefinite articles are what we would consider in English as a or an. Also, for the plural side, some. So you're not being specific about one particular thing or one particular group of things. It's just indefinite, not specifying, right? So for our singular words, we're going to add un to masculine words and una to feminine words. Let's go through these together. Un calendario, una casa, un carro, una mochila, una cama, una bolsa, un gato, un conejo, un sueño, una caja, un zapato, una silla, una clase, un nombre, una razón, una ciudad, una televisión, un avión. For our plural words, we're going to add unos or unas to masculine and feminine words, respectively. So this is going to be to say some. So for instance, unos calendarios, some calendars, okay? So we have unos calendarios, unas casas, unos carros, unas mochilas, unas camas, unas bolsas, unos gatos, unos conejos, unas sillas, unos sueños, unas cajas, unos zapatos, unas clases, unos nombres, unas razones, unas ciudades, unas televisiones, and unos aviones. There you have it. We have our plural words and how to make a singular word plural. And then we also have our definite and indefinite articles that we are going to add to our Spanish nouns. Great job. I hope that you were able to check out all of the videos in the Spanish noun series. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next series, which I am planning to be about adjectives. Thank you so much for joining and have a wonderful rest of your day. And last but not least, all rights are reserved for these. And thank you so much for joining. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe below to just learn about all of our videos and get notifications for our videos to help you better learn Spanish. Thanks so much for joining, and hasta pronto.